Hey friends, today, once again, we're opening a mix of mini brand series that have been sitting in my closet for way too long. Honestly, having all these unopened balls just sitting there has been driving me a little crazy. And if you're wondering whether I have just as many unopened Miniverse sets, yeah, I do. But don't worry, I'll have some Miniverse videos coming up soon. For now, let's not wait any longer, let's crack open a mini brand series 5 ball and see what we get. A little bit aggressive there, but alright, this one brings back some memories. It's the Post-it Notes heart-shaped dispenser. Show off your style with a Post-it pop-up note dispenser, they say. I just realized that this would have been a very nice Valentine's gift for your partner if they work a office job. And obviously, if you work an office job, you probably use a lot of Post-its. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. So the thing that jumped out of that pouch was a condensed Campbell's chicken soup. My bad, chicken noodle soup. These types of miniatures, the cans, were actually some of my favorite from Series 5. I just always thought that they look so good and so realistic. And I also like the customization part of it, where you could probably remove this label and actually print your own, like from a different can, a different type of product, and just slap it on there. And all of a sudden, you have your very own unique miniature. Alright, things keep jumping out of these pouches. Maybe I'm just a little too aggressive. This is some money. We have here 100 cent francs. We'll put them right over here under the soup. And then the other miniature is a block of Post-it notes. I'm not sure if these are all orange or we're getting... Oh no, the top ones are orange. And then here on the side, you can see like you have different colors. It is, at the end of the day, just a cardboard box with absolutely nothing inside. Just a piece of cardboard to, hold its shape and not crumble. But it does go very well with our heart-shaped Post-it note dispenser. Here's a Slurpee from 7-Eleven. Probably not, but they do not say where... Oh, it is. Never mind. I stand corrected. You can see it over here on the label, only at 7-Eleven. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Slurpees, I do not remember seeing this type of cup at 7-Eleven. Even though they don't mention this anywhere, I like to call this the Blue Raspberry Slurpee, and that's because of this blue swirl here at the top. Seems like our UPS package finally arrived, and it comes straight from Zuru. Let's see real quick what's inside. Seems like we got a Dogecoin, and it's as big as the box, which is very funny. I wonder how big this box is in real life. The UPS Express box, and how big of a Dogecoin you would need to actually, make the real life replica of this miniature. Those are the weird types of questions that I ask myself sometimes. Next up, we're going to open a Mini Brands Disney Store Edition Series 3. Well, right off the bat, we got something that's more rare. It's not a common type of miniature. This is Ariel, and it's kind of coming out of the box in a frozen in time moment type of situation, I guess. It's a very cool mini to have, in my opinion, even though I don't think this is how the real life product looks like. And indeed, it's one of the hard ones to find, part of the luxury category. I remember when opening more than one ball of the series that these masks were quite prominent, but they do look pretty good, and this particular one is the Iron Man mask from the Avengers. Here's another superhero themed miniature. This is the sippy cup from not from Spider-Man, but it's a Spider-Man themed sippy cup. The fourth pouch brings us a action figure. We got Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And for those of you new here, you could actually remove these figures from their packaging. They're being held in there by this plastic knob on the back, and you would just have to grab some pliers and, pull it and twist it until it pops up. And depending on how much glue they put in there, sometimes it just pops out right away. Sometimes it takes a little bit more, force. And the last item from the series is a Pixar toy box, and here we have Jessie from Toy Story. Here on the box it says that the lasso is included. I hope that's how you pronounce it. But anyway, that's just in real life, because here it's just printed on the cardboard piece. This next one we're gonna open, the Toy Mini Brand Series 3, is the oldest series of everything we have here on the table. The date printed on it says August 19, 2022. So yeah, I had this one for quite a while. It brings back a lot of memories because it has the old school type of packaging, the orange slices or whatever we used to call them. And in a way, I kind of miss it. This is a very nice miniature indeed. I always liked these. It's the Foodie mini brands capsule, but in miniature form. This particular one is actually the Series 1 Foodie mini brands, which I remember we were all so excited when they announced the release of these. I truly missed the Foodie series, and I really do hope that they're gonna release a Series 3 very soon. I do need one of these little rings for this one, otherwise it will just keep on rolling all over the set. The cool thing about this being so old is that some of them I don't even remember, like this little box of The Littlest Pet Shop, which I didn't even know they actually collaborated with them. I honestly thought they're kind of like competitors and rivals, but I guess they came together at some point. Okay, this is interesting. I totally forgot there's also money that was part of this series. Now here's a benefit for them changing their packaging. It's the collector's guides. They almost always came like this. Whereas nowadays with the new capsules, like the Mini Brand Series 5, this is how your collector's guide will look. But anyway, at the end of the day, that's not a huge deal. Here we have the Zuru Angel High color change. There's a little figure in there that you could probably pull out, but you will definitely ruin your mini because you have to cut open this wrapping and you'll probably have to use a pair of pliers to squeeze this so that it pops open. Very cool and detailed miniature though. They obviously put a lot of work into this, but again, at the end of the day, it is their own product. So these are made by Zuru. So of course, they're also going to make the miniatures perfect. And for cash, we got a stash of $1 bills. I forgot exactly how many bills are in here, but I do remember at one point I did a short where I actually counted all the stashes of cash and how much money is in there. Those were some very good times indeed. What do we have here? This is Bloom Series 1, where Outrageous grows. I think these are little figures and then their hair grows. It's like you water them like you would water plants, I guess, and then the hair just grows. Yep, that's exactly what it is. You just add water and a new friend will bloom before your eyes. That's very interesting. I wonder how it actually works. And then here we got a little, almost dropped it, a little book, Alice in Wonderland. I might be mistaken, but I think they introduced the books in the toy series first, and then we got a whole series with just books. And again, I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct on this one. Next up, we got one of the latest Mini Brands releases, the Kawaii series. It comes with a sticker, collector's guide, pink slime, a little magnifying glass, and 3 pouches. In the first one, we got the kitten nuggets from McCuties. And for those of you new here, basically this series has kind of like parodies on actual items, but in a cute way, not in a bad way or in a gross way. I actually did a couple of videos on the Kawaii series, so if you want to see more in-depth about, what it says here on the back and all that, just go check out those videos. If we do get something new in these other 2 pouches, I'm obviously going to spend a little more time on them, but if we get something that I already had before, we're just gonna, skip over. This is another miniature that we already have. It's the House Mouse Mac and Cheese. Squeak, squeak, what's to eat? It's House Mouse Mac and Cheese. Look at that cute little mouse with blue eyes. In general, I think the series is pretty cool. So if you guys like these types of things and don't care necessarily about, perfect replicas of actual products, but do love miniatures, you should definitely check these out. There's another miniature that we already have, but it is one of the moving miniatures, which is cool, and technically it's hard to find. This one is called the Snow Bunny's Cute Scoops Ice Cream. And basically the cool thing about the miniatures in this category is that they actually move. So this one, you can press it, and press it again, it comes up. It's kind of like a fidget toy. I think I mentioned that in the previous video as well. You can kind of fidget with it like that. But that's enough cuteness. Let's move over to the fashion series. That was very anticlimactic and disappointing. Well, I really wanted to open the accessory bag first, but it seems like I opened the one with the purse. Or maybe I didn't. I honestly forgot all the types of things that you can get in this series from the last time I opened them. But yeah, let's see. We have nails here. Seems like they gave us an extra one just in case. And I'm guessing this one is like a gold bracelet. But then this is something else that I did not expect. So I guess you would call these boots, right? But they're not very well made, in my opinion. From this angle, they kind of look okay, but I think they should have made this something like that, right? I know it's very hard to make miniatures look very realistic, but still, I think this is not very well made. I mean, look at it from the front. that just doesn't look good. I love the idea, but the execution, yeah, it lacks a little bit. And even these strings here on the top seem a little bit too long in my opinion. You can actually pull them, so you could technically, I think, just tie them down. I guess if you put this on a Barbie, you can wrap this thing around a little bit. I do hope they fit Barbie. They do look like they would fit Barbies, but I'm not 100% sure. I think these are the biggest miniatures I've ever seen. Let's see what type of purse did we get. This is very nice. I like this one a lot. I haven't seen it before, and I don't think I opened a lot of the mini fashion, but I definitely don't remember seeing this one. And the cool thing about it is that it kind of goes with the boots. I really like how this one is kind of like angled like that. It's almost like there's an actual person up here. Look at that. That's so funny. Okay. So this is the purse. I don't know if they use actual leather to make these little ones, but they do look very realistic, that's for sure. And overall the details are really good. I mean, look at the stitching, the craftsmanship. It's, yeah, I feel like in general, they've done a really good job with the purses in this series. They definitely focused more on the purses than the accessories. Those are kind of like just, I guess, fillers. Up next is one of my favorite series in the whole Mini Brands universe, and that is the Foodie series. And the one we have here is the Series 2 Foodie Mini Brands. This one brings back a lot of memories, good memories from not just opening mini brands, but just from, you know, real life. I know that sounds a little bit weird. It's not that opening mini brands is in real life. It's just that I was on a trip a while ago. Well, not too long ago, just last year. And I went around Lake Michigan, and at one point I stopped at a Pizza Hut and got one of these big dinner boxes just to see how they compare with the miniature. And I'm happy to announce that they are very close indeed. So in this big dinner box, you get a pepperoni pizza, a sausage pizza, some breadsticks, and then also some wings. The boneless kind, which technically means they're not actual wings, they're just chicken nuggets, I guess, that are breaded, deep fried, and then tossed in that delicious sauce. I really do miss opening some Foodie series and actually getting new stuff, not just, you know, opening old series. Mini Brands really needs to get on it and release another series of the Foodie kind. Alright, there's some money. We got 100 euros. And one of those nostalgia-inducing red cups from Pizza Hut. And by the way, I really wanted to get the real-life size version of this, but I just couldn't find it anywhere. This is some really delicious stuff from Cinnabon. I forgot exactly what they're called, but they're kind of like little donut balls almost. And they have that nice Cinnabon frosting. What do you call that frosting? It's that delicious cream that they put on top of the Cinnabons. They actually put it inside these things. Really, really good stuff though. And also from Cinnabon. Uh-oh. They messed up here. So yeah, this one is quite damaged. As you can see, the wrap thing they put on top of it, it was just lower than it should have been. So then it shrink wrapped over here. I'm just gonna try to remove it because what's the point, right? This is a little bit more difficult than I thought. Here it is all naked. Now we can say it's from wherever we want it to be. I guess it's a homemade drink at this point. There's another cool miniature. It's the Lo Mein from P.F. Chang's. I always bend these in a little bit. I think it looks better like that. Am I right? Don't you think the same? Once again, we're going back in time to Mini Brand Series 4. This was the last series that had those slices, the orange slices, and then they changed to the balls or the capsules that we have nowadays. I just noticed that this one is actually even older than the Toy Mini Brand Series 3 we opened, just by a month, but still. This one is from July 8, 2022. It's so fun to see things that are from so long ago. This here is the Arm & Hammer Clean and Simple Laundry Detergent. God, I really do miss just regular miniatures, you know, not Kawaii, Mega Gross, toy stuff. I just miss the usual products. After all, that's what made mini brands famous, so they should really at least stick to that line and then, you know, create other stuff on the side. We got a collector's guide. See, this one was folded nicely. So I guess they did make them, you know, nicely in the pods as well whenever they would take the time to actually design the collector's guide where it's not too wide so they can fit it in there. Here we got a stash of 10 buckaroos and then a bag of Hershey Kisses with almonds. It's a share pack, but we both know I could probably go through this by myself. Here's a box of sun-made raisins. Not very far from the actual box of sun-made raisins. If Mini Brands was to stick to a particular scale, this one would have been a lot smaller. Here we have some purple marshmallow peeps. Well, bunnies, because if you say peeps, you're usually thinking about the other ones, the little chickens. I'm curious, do these have a specific flavor? No, I don't think so. So in here we have some pure baking soda from Arm & Hammer. This is the last one I have from the Christmas Snackles series, and I'm really glad because I do not want to see or hear anything Christmas related unless it's December. We got a little plushie that's nice and round and very squishy. Even though it holds a candy cane flavored Hershey's Kiss, I always associate this Christmas looking polar bear with Coca-Cola, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that thinks that. And then you also get this little pouch that contains a sticker. In this case, we have the Hershey's Kisses and another sticker, which is always the same, the Zuru Snackles, which sometimes I like to call them the Zuru Snackless. Of course, you get the collector's guide. And by the way, this series is very small. It only comes with 4 little plushies. And finally, you get a little card with a little bit more information about your plushie. This one is called Francis. Star sign is Sagittarius, birthday is December 18th, and hobby is waterboarding. Oh, sorry, wait. Oh god, that was bad. The hobby is wakeboarding. And to forget about the holidays, we're going back in time once again to Mini Brand Series 4. This particular batch was released a little bit later than the other one we opened in February 2023. So technically we should get some new minis compared to the other ones. We got a box of cereal, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes with Tony the Tiger looking as good as always. And I'm guessing this is the big box because it says over here it's 42% more free. Even though it's just a cardboard box, it's very relatable, which makes this mini a little bit better than, you know, your other cardboard boxes. You got a collector's guide, and not just any Reese's, this is the white chocolate king size. Sorry about that. Alright, I was just curious to see how many come in a king size package. I think it's 4, right? Over here it says 210 calories for 2 pieces. So, I don't know. I have a feeling it's 4 in here because usually they put a serving size here for the calories. So the 2 pieces are a serving size, and usually a serving size here is about 28 grams. And over here it says the whole package is 79 grams. So even though, yeah, 28 plus 28 is 56, I still think this has 4 pieces inside. But I might be wrong. Well, I didn't believe it's gonna happen, but we have a duplicate. I thought that opening different mini brand series and, you know, not too many, no more than 2 of the same series, I thought the chances of getting a duplicate is really, really low. But somehow we still got a duplicate. This is the Arm & Hammer Clean and Simple Laundry Detergent. Okay, here's something new I haven't seen in a while. This is the Jelly Belly container with 49 flavors. That is a lot of flavors, but we did get an empty container based on how it looks here. This would have been an easy fix to make it even more realistic, you know, just add a piece of plastic or a cardboard here at the bottom. Okay, this seems new. Oh no, never mind. I remember this one too. It's the Sun-Made Dried Organic Mango. Yep. Definitely remembered this package. I think I got so many of these. Up next is the second Mini Brand Series 5 ball. And the reason I'm opening multiples from the same series is usually because I have more of them. So I'm guessing at some point, once I don't have as much of a variety as I do now, it will probably just be like a whole video of Mini Brand Series 5, or maybe, you know, half and half, maybe Mini Brand Series 5 and then the home series or something like that. Well, my friends, here is the smallest miniature in the Mini Brand Series 5 series. This is the Alpenliebe. I think it's German, but I'm not 100% sure. It's basically a lollipop. I think it's like a cream and strawberry lollipop. Darn it. Another duplicate in the same video. Very small chances to get a duplicate, but you know, it is possible. We got a 7-Eleven Blue Raspberry Slurpee. Oh, I see that. I see that gold. This is what I'm talking about. We have a very rare one, Pringles Sour Cream and Onion Frozen in Time miniature. I put it in wrong, wait. It should be something like this. I had an idea at some point where I was thinking about trying to recreate frozen moments from mini brands, but in real life with real products. And I was thinking and imagining how would I be able to make this with actual Pringles. I think that would be a very nice but very ambitious type of project. Just like I didn't think we're gonna get duplicates, I didn't think we're gonna get anything rare or hard to find, but here it is. Oh god, I think this was one of those that you wouldn't get a lot of. Like, it was very rare and hard to find, even though it was not part of those categories, you know, very hard to find. The rare category, the super rare category. And to be quite honest with you, I don't even know if I have this one as part of my Mini Brand Series 4 collection. I probably do. I think I finished that series, but I'm not 100% sure. We got this beautiful Pepperidge Farm baked goldfish with cheddar. And yes, it's important to note that it's with cheddar, even though that's the original ones, because there are so many flavors now of goldfish, it's just wild. Here's another one of my favorite types of miniatures in the series, the bottles. Here we have a Fanta Zero Sugar. One thing we observed when opening Mini Brand Series 5 is that most of the drinks, if not all, were just the zero version. It wasn't the regular version of it. But either way, as far as I'm concerned, duplicates of this kind of minis are always welcome because they're so cool and there's so many awesome things you can do with them. Like recently, I made a keychain, not out of this one, but out of the Coca-Cola Zero bottle. I made it for someone and they were so excited about it. And I mean, just to see the smile on their faces when they get like a small miniature keychain or a fridge magnet or something like that, it's just worth it. And if you don't believe me, just give it a try. Grab one of your duplicates and make it into a miniature keychain for your loved ones, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. We're gonna go back in time a little bit and open some retro series next. Well, this is a very nice surprise because I do not have this miniature as part of my retro series collection. It's a can of Dinty Moore beef stew. Net weight of contents 1.5 pounds. That's a lot. Let's see what ingredients they were using back in the day. Beef broth, beef, potatoes, carrots, cooked beef, tomato puree, corn flour, salt, beef fat, brown sugar, caramel coloring, flavorings, and spices. I have a feeling they didn't change much about the recipe since then. And for directions, they're saying warm contents in saucepan over low heat. To thicken, add flour, water, paste, and stir. To thin, add consommé, vegetable juice, or water. By vegetable juice, do they refer something like V8 type of thing? I wish I had the collector's guide. It's probably somewhere in the closet, so I can mark this one as found, because I'm 99.99% sure I do not have this one yet. Here's another new miniature. I'm pretty sure I don't have this one either. It's a can of Diet Coke, and it looks quite different from the cans we're used to because it's retro. It says here less than 1 calorie per serving. So I'm guessing they use that more of a marketing thing because nowadays they don't say anything like that. They just say like it's a Coke Zero or a Diet Coke, and it's obviously everyone knows that it's 0 calories. All right, let's see. Can we go 3 for 3? Nope, we cannot. We got turtle wax. And we have this one already. There's another familiar one. We have the 3M diskette, and it does come out of this paper pouch, as you can see. Pretty cool miniature, very retro and very, you know, nostalgia-inducing type of miniature. And my favorite, a whole pound of Hershey's chocolate syrup. And apparently it used to come in a can rather than a bottle. Again, it's another one of those miniatures that you can actually customize and you can take this label off and put something else on it. I just love those types of miniatures and I have yet to do that with the cans, but maybe I should do it. Now let's open what I think is the last ball I have of the Mini Brand Sneakers series. We got an Airwalk Classics t-shirt sticker, a sticker with the Airwalk logo, of course a cap, which are ever so present in the sneakers series. I'm not sure if I said it before or not, but it would have been nice if they included other, you know, sneaker related accessories like some sort of cleaning products, like a brush, maybe one of those things that help you put the shoes on, you know, like that thing that you put on your heel kind of, and then you put your foot in. I think you might call that like a shoe tongue or something. But anyway, over here we have a dark blue Airwalk cap. So the thing with the Mini Brand sneakers is that everything you get in one ball is all part of the same company. For example, in this instance, we got Airwalk, so everything in the ball is Airwalk related. And I just noticed this little piece of wrapping that was just sitting there on my set. So obviously the shoes we're getting in here are Airwalk. And interestingly enough, I think this is the first time I'm getting these items. I don't think I got anything Airwalk, or whatever I got was definitely not this. Here's both of them. It's a very bright white type of shoes. Usually I would not wear these. My sister likes to wear white shoes. I do not. I think it's just very hard to keep clean, and yeah, the smallest thing that you touch, it's gonna be very visible right away. But I do like that green color inside. I wish there was more of it here on the shoes. We got the logo here on the side, and then also the company's name. Yeah, I just think these shoes are kind of like plain. I wish there was a little bit more, you know, going on. Maybe some green over here or something like that, not just white. But that's just my personal preference. Now let's clean our palette real quick because we opened just mini brand stuff, and we're gonna open this, which I got in Canada at a showcase store during my trip around Lake Michigan. It's called the NBA Superstars Series 1, and it's very similar in my opinion to the mini brand's Ballers. However, I really like how they use the actual packaging. As you can see here, I'm guessing this is where you put your figure, and that's a very clever way to reuse the packaging instead of just throwing it away. Well, the zipper was a lot better compared to a lot of the other mini brand series. So you don't get a lot of flashy things like you get with the mini brands. It's more like simple and straightforward, I guess. You get some stickers. There's the collector's guide. So in total, there's 10 to collect, out of which 2 are golden, which I'm guessing they're really hard to find. Nothing much on this other side. And then here's the actual figure. I mean, right off the bat, I can tell that it's not as good of a quality as mini brands. However, if I'm remembering correctly, I think these were a lot cheaper than mini brands, but I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while since I bought this one. Yeah, the paint job is not that great. The ones from mini brands, oh, never mind. This one moves too. But I think the ones from mini brands, even the hands move, like they turn like this. And then for this one, the feet do not move at all. For mini brands, the feet do move. The best part about this series though is that you can actually use the ball to display your figure. So you can use the entire ball because it has this flat surface here, so it will stay like that. Or if you want, you can just use half of the ball. The figure fits in there nicely, and as you can see, it's not coming out. I think I'm gonna use just half of the ball for this one. It's a okay series, I guess. Nowhere near the quality of the mini brands Ballers, but again, if you want to collect something else or if you want to save a little bit of money, you can definitely go with this too. Being in the home stretch of this video, what better series to open than the home one? Well, this is one of those miniatures that you cannot have enough of because you can do so many things with it. It's a 28 centimeters frying pan from MasterChef. And here we have a air fryer with some fries inside. Seems like this air fryer is not particularly good because it actually burned half of the fry. Well, not burned, but kind of like, you know, let's just say they're a little bit more done than the other half, which is not good because that means it's uneven heat in there, right? This part goes in there like so. And you get yourself a mini air fryer. Doesn't look like it's any specific brand. It's kind of like a generic type of air fryer. Another cool miniature, even though it's very simple, but I like it because again, you can use it in multiple different instances, especially if you want to create a frozen in time moment or combine it with Miniverse and stuff like that, you know? It's a simple wood cutting board, and whenever I get these miniatures that are not branded and they're just generic, I always call them that they're the IKEA miniatures, and I really do like to think that Mini Brands was trying to strike a deal with IKEA and it didn't go through, so they just made these generic miniatures to be part of the home series. Well, I think this might be a new and unique miniature that I do not have in my home series collection. It's a painting, or I guess a print, a poster. It looks pretty good overall. I like that even though you're obviously going to display it like this maybe, they still put those things in there that you can hang it on the wall, you know? And they are on point as well. They look pretty good. All right, well, it's always a good thing to get miniatures that you do not have as part of your collection yet. And in the last pouch, we got one of these that you have to build. It's kind of like a nightstand. I did get it before, so nothing new there. Let me just try to put it together real quick. You just attach the legs, and then you have this little drawer that goes in, just like so. And it looks pretty good. I mean, for what it is, it looks pretty darn good. And I like how this drawer fits in nicely. You know, it's not too loose, it's not too tight, it's just right. I hate to do this to you, but we're gonna finish with the Mega Gross Series 1. So if you're squeamish, hopefully by now you finished your food or your snack or whatever else you're having. Here's the barf slime bag. Definitely brings back a lot of memories. You also get a collector's guide. The sticker we got here is off corn. I think they're trying to say off corn instead of popcorn. And then here's our garbage bag, which will have the miniatures inside. I honestly like this green design of the pouches better than the orange one that they have now. This is definitely a duplicate. I do remember getting it whenever I did the video on these exclusively. We got the Puru Bancho Pooloons. Not balloons, it's Poo loons. Fill and tie 100 poo loons in 60 seconds. And here are the disturbing instructions. Yep, not much to say here. I remember this one as well. It's the Gasco hot sauce, and this up here is supposed to be like a flame. Apparently it's hotter than Satan's toenails. I'll just take their words on that one. We almost dropped this one. It's the Sick Talk phone. Again, it's another one of those miniatures that I already have. Nothing new or special about this one. I actually enjoy the one that's part of Series 2, which has, you know, the icons of the other companies or the other apps, and they're, I don't know, it's just a lot more fun than this one. And with that, my friends, we have reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely had a lot of fun opening different series and not just being stuck with, you know, the same series and getting duplicates and getting annoyed and all that. I just want to really quick thank you in advance for liking, commenting, and for subscribing. Now, as usual, you guys stay golden and keep on shining until the next video. Bye bye.